Peace, gods. How you doing today? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad to have you here at Temple. Thank you for coming here for a little unwind time. I'm gonna start calling these sessions unwind time. These sessions are something that I do in my life because this is the life that I desire for myself. I am creating this soft life for myself, one step at a time. This journey, I am breaking through the mental programming that tells me that I need to be hustling all the time. I've done that, like I've worked hard my entire life, and now it's time for me to surrender into this soft life. And I just know the importance of self-care, taking care of yourself, also living the life that you want, the life that you desire. Everybody's gonna want something different. And I desire the life of leisure and luxury. And I just want to say, a lot of people think that luxury is just like high price things, brand name, expensive things. And luxury comes at all price points, okay? Luxury are the things that bring ease into your life, the things that bring joy into your life. So you can start small. For me, luxury are graze boards and arts. I'm into all forms of arts, books and movies and creating art, singing and dancing and all of that. And if you have some good music playing and a peaceful environment, I really find. So I invite you here to join me in my unwind time. We can make this our unwind time. I would love to share my unwind time with you. It always involves just being really comfortable, not only in your clothes, but in your skin. But I do have this nice set that I just got. It's very comfortable. It's very cute. I'm loving this pink color, bringing out that soft feminine feel, bringing out the soft feminine vibes, and it does feel really nice, tactily. It feels very, very nice and very, very soft. So yeah, I'm going to be doing these sessions. Hopefully you can take these sessions and sit down with me. I'll be talking about myself where you can learn a little bit more about me, a little bit more. I'm a storyteller by nature, so I always have stories to tell or something that that relates to what's going on right now. But I thought I would just start, today. I'm just happy and grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have a roof over my head and food in my stomach. And just celebrating life. You should not wait until there is something major to celebrate, because life itself is warrant for celebration. So I made myself a graze board, right? And it's beautiful. Look, I'll share this with you. We have some gooseberries over here. We have some red currants, which I've never tried before. We're gonna try them today. I might hate them for all we know, who knows? I got these really yummy cookies and then some French fries over there because that's what I wanted. And also I was at Whole Foods and I bought a bundle of dried lavender, and this is, oh my god, it's so fragrant. So I made a little vase of it, and then I also hung a bunch in my bathroom and another bunch in the kitchen, and then a whole bunch of it fell off. So I collected all the little buds and I'm going to be using them in my bath the next time that I take a bath. So I have this. I also have my toast because I do not drink alcohol, but I like fancy drinks. I want mocktails. I like party drinks. I like to be, in the crowd and talking with a drink. So this is the second time I've had this. This is toast. This is sparkling white tea, cranberry, and ginger. And as you see, it contains no alcohol. So if you are either looking for something with no alcohol for your next party, for your guest, or you want to just try it, it's delicious. Either way, you drink alcohol, you don't drink alcohol. They also have one that is rosé, which I prefer. Both of them are equally as delicious. But my preference is the rosé one that they have, and it's like a blush color. It's a great substitute for a rosé if you are a rosé drinker and you're trying to transition to not drinking alcohol or just looking for an alternative. It's a wonderful substitute. But they didn't have it in the store in Whole Foods, so I got this one, which was fine. Oh my god, did you see me almost just put my eye out just now? Holy shit. Easy, bottle, easy. So I got this one, and this one, delicious, right? And I got blood oranges, which I've also never tried before. And that's my thing. I want to try new things. I like trying new food. I like snacking. I'm a big snacker. As long as I have my snacks and some art, I'm really good with life. But we got blood orange in here. And I'm going to just make a little, ooh, bubbly. Ooh, I don't want it to get everywhere. I opened lemonade the other day that was carbonated. It went all in my lap. I was just sitting there like a puddle of lemonade in my lap. Oh gosh. Woo, it's really like, and that's great, you know, it's really like making a toast because it's bubbly. It's definitely bubbly. Oh gosh. It's fragrant too. First of all, it smells delicious. First of all, it smells delicious. That's first off. Okay. Seneb. Salud, chin chin. Oh, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm pouring with my left hand. Not my strong hand. Where'd I put the top? Okay. Let's see how this tastes. It's pretty, 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 pretty. That's so good. And it's something that can be sipped on. It doesn't taste like juice to be just drank, you know? It's definitely something to be sipped on. That's crazy good. I got my fries. And you know, the potato is God's gift to man because of the sheer versatility alone. You can't go wrong with fries. So I'm reading this book. It's called Serial Killers and Psychopaths: True Life Cases That Shock the World by Charlotte Gregg and John Marlowe. I'm going to be reading a story out of this today. I have a very big interest in forensic psychology, the criminal mind, psychology, period, sociology, true crime, like all of it. Like I always like to just read it. So I'm gonna read a story for anybody who wants to hear a shocking tale of gore and murder. And if that's not you, then you can always, you know, just stop the video before I start reading the story. But we'll do it like open up to a page and we'll see. Okay. I also got these new cookies and I forgot the name of the cookies. I believe they were in Spanish because I believe I saw galletas on the, I think they might be some kind of a Spanish cookie, but they're shaped like little hearts. They're cute. I should have remembered the name. And they're thin little cookies. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about these. It's like a cookie and a piece of bread and a cracker rolled up into one with sugar on top. It's good because it's not too sweet because of the breadiness of it. It's okay. It's okay. It's not great. It's okay. But I'm gonna snack on them. I'm gonna eat them. And then these are gooseberries. Right here. They're pretty color. And they're growing on me. I like them because they are different. Because I'm sick of eating the same fruit. Like, I needed something different than like apples, grapes, or bananas, or oranges. So I tasted these gooseberries. They're really high in antioxidants. Even after you wash them, they're a little sticky on the outside. And to me, it tastes like if a grape and a tomato had a baby. Let's see these. It's just not gonna be for everybody. But at first I was like, I don't know if I like them, right? The first time I had them and I was eating them, and I kept eating them to see if I liked them. And then the next thing I know, it was freaking, I ate the whole pack, and so here I'm buying some more. It's good. It's really good. I just like it because it doesn't taste like any other fruit. It just tastes like itself. And they have these little seeds inside. I don't know if you can see the little seeds. Gooseberries. Whoa. Well, juicy fruit. Just say. And we have red currants. These remind me of the berries that we used to pick growing up on the tree. Because, you know, I was always meant to be a witch. So we was always mixing together like berries and twigs and leaves. Because it's in my bloodline. And calling it potions and stuff like that. And the trees in like the backyard, I grew up in New York, and the trees in the backyard were like, had like berries that looked like this. They were not red currants, but they looked like this. And I always wanted to eat them, but I was always afraid I was gonna poison myself, you know, because they would just look like, eat me, you know. But these are red currants. I've never had a red currant. They're really cute and vibrant. I don't know if I'm going to. And they feel like, and we used to squish them between our fingers, you know. These taste like they're not supposed to be eaten. Hold on. They have a whole bunch of seeds, a little seed sack inside. Oh, little seed. Oh no, I don't think I like it. How are you supposed to eat them around the seed? It's mostly seed. That's probably why people make juice out of this. This is probably better as a juiced thing, because you can't eat this. It's like pomegranate. What am I supposed to do with all these seeds? Well, they're not edible. What? See, this is why you try things. I like it. Because now I know I don't like them. But if I hadn't tried them, I would not have known that I don't like them. I don't like those. I don't like those at all. These have to be juiced. I have to see people just out here popping red currants in their mouth, because this is, it's almost inedible. Okay, well, here's my snacks. I would love to know what your favorite snacks are. What is your go-to snack when you want to sit down and chill? Especially if you have any plant-based snack recommendations, or, you know, I tried this really good ice cream sandwich the other day. If you have anything like that where it's plant-based and you like think that I definitely need to try it, comment or send me a message or something, because I'm open to suggestions when it comes to food, honey. All right. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Let's get to it. Serial killers and psychopaths. Okay, so this is where, if you're squeamish, you're gonna go ahead and turn off the video, and I'll see you later. There'll be other videos, but if you want to know, because I've read a couple of things, and it really does go there. It really does talk about murder. It does talk about. So if there's anybody who has any, you know, trigger warning. It talks about like child death. It talks about the heavy stuff. So this is not for everybody. But if this is for you, then let's see what story we read today. Great Book of Death. Which story will we be reading from today? Andrew Cunanan. I knew it was gonna be. Oh my God, Andrew Cunanan. Okay. First of all, oh my God, that's so crazy. First of all, Has anybody seen The Assassination of Gianni Versace, which was on Netflix, right? And it's about, and it has to do with Gianni Versace, obviously, but in his murder. Andrew Cunanan. I watched it. It was so good. First of all, visually, it was very stimulating. When I watched it, I deadass got stuck energetically in the 70s for like 2 weeks. Like, while I was watching, I just wanted to like listen to Donna Summer and disco. Like, I wanted to wear bell bottoms. I was just like in it energetically. It's a great show. It was wonderful, wonderful show. It was really good. So check it out if you are interested. That's The Assassination of Gianni Versace. Also, Shine mentions Andrew Cunanan and Bonnie and Shine. He goes, Andrew Cunanan, ass niggas, blast niggas, right? He's talking about Andrew Cunanan, who is a openly gay serial killer. So that's what he was calling. That was the reference. He was calling people gay with that line, right? So let's read. Let's see about Mr. Andrew Cunanan. Let's see how long this is. So yeah, stick around if you want to hear the story. Had they not been murdered by Jack the Ripper, Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Endowes, and Mary Kelly would be names forgotten by history. These women were, after all, just 5 among thousands of prostitutes who worked the streets of Victorian London. During their lives, they were not people of note. They became so after their deaths. Their fames attained by victims of multiple murderers come through the actions of their killer. In this respect, the name Gianni Versace stands apart from the others. An accomplished clothing and costume designer, he was one of the most important and talented figures in the fashion world of the late 20th century. In 1995, his label had a profit of $900 million. Damn. On the morning of July 15, 1997, returning from his customary stroll along Ocean Drive in Miami, Florida, he was shot twice in the head outside his oceanfront mansion. He was the 5th and final victim of 27-year-old serial killer Andrew Cunanan. Born August 31st in San Diego, California, and raised in the nearby community of Bonita, Cunanan appeared blessed. The baby of the family, he and his brothers and sisters lived in comfort, seeming to want for little. Although it was true that his parents' marriage was a troubled one, Cunanan appeared able to ignore the tension, retreating to his room where he could immerse himself in the escapist plots of comic books and adventure novels. When Andrew was a child, his father, a Filipino-born officer in the United States Navy, retired from service and remade himself a stockbroker. This is all in the show, so y'all should watch it because it's good. It's really good, y'all. His youngest son left the public school system and was enrolled in the prestigious Bishop School. Highly intelligent, Cunanan excelled at his new school. It was said that he displayed fluency in 7 languages. Damn, okay, impressive. He was attractive and well-liked. The openness which he displayed concerning his homosexuality appeared not to dampen his popularity among the student body. As early as 15, he was frequenting the more popular gay bars in San Diego. In order to hide his age and ethnicity, Cunanan began to adopt different personas. As Andrew De Silva or David Morales, he would change manner of dress from one evening to the next, often fooling those whom he had been socializing the previous evening. When he graduated the Bishop School in 1987, Cunanan was listed as the most likely to be remembered. Excuse me, the bubbly got me. Bubbly. Oop. Oh, excuse me. Have mercy. Sugar Daddy's boy. At his parents' urging, Cunanan enrolled as a history student at the University of California, but his bar hopping had a detrimental effect on his work. Though 18, he was already a 3-year veteran of San Diego's gay bar scene. During that period, he had come to recognize that his good looks, youth, polish, and taste had a certain value among the more mature homosexual patrons. Cunanan sought and obtained the attention and generosity of older men. As an associate or secretary, he accompanied successful lawyers, property developers, executives, and other wealthy gay men to society functions. From one of these men, he received a $30,000 car. Others gave him credit cards. So he was out here pimping. As Cunnanan's wealth increased, his parents were feeling the financial strain. The former naval officer hadn't been much of a success as a stockbroker and had been fired by several agencies. The last dismissal brought with it a charge that he had embezzled $106,000. Deserting his wife, Cunnanan's father fled the country. Oh, coward. She was forced to sell the family home and move into a more modest house in a less desirable area. It was at that time that she discovered her youngest son was gay. Where was you at this whole time, sis? He been gay. You just now finding out your son was gay? This is how you know people don't pay attention. When confronted, Cunanan pushed his mother with such force that she suffered a dislocated shoulder. Damn. After quitting university, Cunanan visited his father, now living in the Philippines. He was ashamed to find the man who had taken such pride in his appearance reduced to living in a shack. Partly to earn money for his return to the United States, Cunanan soon gravitated to the local gay scene. Split personality. He ended up in San Francisco, where he began to adopt new personalities, the most popular being Drew Cummings, a gay Navy lieutenant. Among the new group of older gay men the city offered was a well-connected lawyer named Eli Gould. Soon, Cunanan found himself at parties attended by supermodels and celebrities. It was at one of these events that he was approached by Versace. The story goes that the designer mistook Cunanan for someone else, and the young San Diegan, so used to pretending to be someone that he wasn't, never bothered to clarify things. However, there was a side of Cunanan beginning to emerge that was anything but glamorous. He began to act in pornographic films featuring sadistic sexual acts. He took pleasure in humiliation and pain. Acquaintances couldn't help but noticing his darkening moods. Though he was still welcome at the parties of the beautiful people, he began to misbehave. He made the rounds at one event during Friends actress Lisa Kudrow as a bitch after she left without saying goodbye. After failing to earn a walk-on part in a Hugh Grant film, he accused the actor of having personally blocked hiring him. The peculiar behavior was reflected in his bedroom, which he had converted into a shrine dedicated to Tom Cruise, and openly expressed his jealousy for the actor's then wife, Nicole Kidman. Okay, this is when people should have started checking on old boy. There he go. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends, right? By 1997, the wealthy older homosexual men had moved on. Cunanan was now 27. As Cunanan's youth faded away, so did his health. He began to display symptoms associated with AIDS and convinced himself that he had the disease. Early in the year, he underwent tests but never returned for the diagnosis. Had he done so, Cunanan would have learned that the results were negative. He began to gain weight, and his once neatly groomed hair became long and unkempt. His sharp mind was dulled by vodka and painkillers, in which he would also deal as a means of support. In April, the brooding jealousy, drinking, and drug abuse apparently came together with fatal results. Cunanan had become convinced that two of his lovers, architect David Madison and Jeffrey Trail, a former naval officer, were seeing each other behind his back. Though they had not known each other at the time, both lived in California when they first met Cunanan. In the intervening years, they'd relocate to Minneapolis, where they were finally introduced to one another by their mutual friend. On the receiving end of the angry phone call from Cunanan, Trail denied that he was seeing the architect. On April 26, Cunanan flew to Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, where he was picked up by Madison. According to friends, the plan was to sit down and allay Cunanan's suspicions. The meeting, scheduled for the following day, did not go as planned. Cunanan became enraged, grabbed a hammer from the kitchen drawer, and bashed in Trail's skull. Cunanan and Madison rolled the corpse on the former naval officer in a Persian rug. During the next 2 days, the pair attempted to... So he just joined in the killing and didn't ask no questions? What? During the next 2 days, the pair attempted to behave as if nothing unusual had happened. Their cover was blown when the building manager of Madison's Loft came upon the body. Cunanan and Madison learned of the discovery and fled Minneapolis and the architect's Jeep Cherokee. 70 kilometers out of town, they pulled over to the verge on a country lane, and Cunanan put 3 bullets in Madsen's head. The gun, which he had bought with him from San Francisco, had once belonged to his friend Trail. Well, isn't that crazy? On May 4th in Chicago, he tortured and killed a highly successful 72-year-old developer named Lee Miglin. After making himself a meal, Cunanan spent the night in Miglin's home. The next morning, he left the developer's 1994 Lexus, but not before he drove repeatedly over the corpse, reducing it to mush. This is what we call anger. Cunanan made no attempt to hide his identity. Indeed, it appears he was taunting authorities. When discovered in the vicinity of Miglin's home, Madsen's Jeep Cherokee had his pictures covering the front seat. Cunanan was placed on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list. On the run. On May 9th, seeking to dump the Lexus, he shot and killed William Reese, a 45-year-old caretaker at Finn Point's National Cemetery in Pennsville, New Jersey. Before long, driving Reese's stolen truck, he arrived in Miami Beach, Florida. He checked into the rundown Normandy Plaza Hotel, where he rented a room by the month. During the 2 months leading up to Versace's murder, Cunanan would frequent the city's gay bars and clubs. It was thought that many of his days involved walks around the neighborhood where the designer's mansion was. On July 15th, the morning that he committed the final murder, he had followed Versace home from the local cafe. With the designer's murder, Andrew Cunanan became a household name, but the heightened awareness appeared to provide no boost to the ongoing manhunt. In the end, despite the hue and cry that had erupted throughout the city, it was not the FBI or the Miami Police Department that found Cunanan, but a Portuguese caretaker who, checking on a client's houseboat, startled the killer. A standoff ensued, ending with the police entering the houseboat and finding Cunanan dead on the floor. He had committed suicide with Trail's gun, the same weapon that he'd murdered 3 of his 5 victims. It can be said that the tragedy of errors contributed to the death of Gianni Versace. The Miami Police Department had received confirmed sightings of Cunanan, but had failed to make this information public. Thus, the murderer was able to move freely and without suspicion within the city's gay community. Though abandoned, Reese's stolen truck had sat for over 2 months before it came to the attention of police. 8 days before Versace's murder, Cunanan had boldly used his own identification and the Normandy Plaza Hotel address in pawning some gold coins he had stolen from the Miglin home. The information was then faxed to the Miami Police Department as required by law. There it was placed on the desk of a clerk who was away on holiday. It was discovered a few hours after Versace's murder. Somebody should have been fired. A lot of people should have been fired. The most incredible of all the mistakes came when the SWAT team invaded the search of the Normandy Plaza room in which Cunanan was supposed to have been staying. Not only did they not find the murderer, it appeared neither trace nor clues had been left behind. 2 days later, hotel staff realized they had given the authorities the incorrect room number. Crazy, right? So today, Andrew Cunanan, very interesting story. I might have to rewatch the the assassination of Gianni Versace, but I hope you enjoyed this unwind time with me. You can definitely use this for those of you who have trouble sleeping as a bedtime story. You can play this whenever you need to, if you don't mind falling asleep to serial killer stuff. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Hit me up if you need any special services, if you're looking for any products, any intimates for sale. I'm available for a girlfriend for a day if you would like to connect with me platonically, romantically, kinkily. That's the word I just made up, kinkily. I'm here for you for the day, by the hour, and by the week for those of you who are looking for a deeper, more genuine connection. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see y'all later. Peace, gods.